him that he fell off his chair. You hear a thud in the video.
Apparently he ripped his shirt off too.
Yeah,
he did. It was pretty funny. And he does have big titties.
I just heard it.
That was an image I did not need to see.
Was it a sibling?
All right, guys, we're live. We are in this bitch.
Quick act natural.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
What are you doing?
When in doubt, cue the A Drive intro. Yo! That's right, my name is Christian. I'm here with King Nido17, the geeky parents, Anthony, and CyberKnight94, and we're going to be talking to you guys about the Pokemon Direct.
Oh yeah, just take my intro, bro. Just take the whole thing. Take it, put it on a horse, and ride with it.
Oh yeah, this is
The horse starter? The horse fire starter?
We're talking about Pokemon every day!
Every single day.
Okay. And all right, okay. We don't want to. We're not. Yeah, we're gonna. People are gonna thumbs down this son of a bitch before we even get started. All right, guys. So I'm live streaming with some buddies of mine, and we are getting ready to do this Generation 8 prediction craziness that we got going on tomorrow. So I'm going to do an actual rundown in the Nido17 voice. We got my man Curse, the M4 shooter.
Yo.
We got Anthony. You're still there, right?
I'm still here.
I don't have Discord up. We got my boy Anthony.
Yo.
We got my boy. Dave. I don't have a nickname.
Thanks.
Big D. We got D Drive. D Drive in the house.
Little T or Big T?
Let's not go with that.
I'm not calling him Big D. For obvious reasons.
That's a Pokemon X and Y reference, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's part of X and Y. Totally.
And Rocktillery is going to be joining us in a little bit, and then we got my boy CyberKnight.
Hey.
So we're going to start, first of all, we're going to go down the list. I want to know how each of you, where you were, place and time, your brothers, sisters, and cousins, whoever was with you when the Direct kicked off and it was announced. Like what? So, Curse, how did you find out? When did you find out?
So I was making a bagel to go to college. I actually got in my car and I pulled up my phone to turn on Spotify, and the notification from Pokemon actually popped on my phone as soon as I pulled my phone up. And I was like, oh, it's happening! And I wanted to get out of my car and stop my wife and wake her up.
What?
But obviously, I just drove off excited and controlled myself. But dude, yeah, that's how I found out.
We don't advocate domestic violence here on the Nido17 stream. Okay, tell us how you feel, Chris. Okay, Dave, where were you doing? What were you doing?
I was upstairs. Just woken up recently. Saw the tweet, freaked out. Woke Paige up, freaked out.
Why was was everyone's spouses asleep during the?
Laughter too, by the way. He just did not say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Cyber, you're not married, so everything's riding on you here. How did you find it? Huh?
So, what I was doing, I was driving to college. I stopped at a red light and I looked at my phone because it was buzzing like mad. I'm like, oh, it's announced. And I contained myself until I get to my destination. So no deers were on in this street, don't worry.
Your mom goes to college.
I wish.
I wish.
You can see that one coming.
Okay, yeah, that was not expected. Anthony, where were you at?
I had just woken up, and I didn't even think it was real at first.
You thought it was one of those 2016 Direct tweets.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's been doing last night.
For a second, it took me a second to process, and then I looked to the side, and I'm like, there wasn't Pokeballs on the other one. And then I saw 2019, I'm like, yep, it's real.
Man, we are in a wild time. Am I missing anybody? That's everybody, right?
No, that's a Rock, but he's not here.
I mean, if I could telepathically talk to him, I would so do it.
I was he was driving, and then he was so excited he punched a hole in the. There you go.
I mean, I was just talking to Chris about this. I'm like, guys, do you understand where we're at right now? Okay, when we were 10 years old, we wanted to play Pokemon on our TV. 2019, there's a Nintendo Switch and 4K and 1080p quality TVs that we can play Pokemon on now.
Like, you can.
What do you mean you can?
I mean, you can technically with Let's Go, Coliseum, Revolution,
Let's Go.
Stadium.
Never heard of her.
Mm.
Never heard of her.
Someone posted a meme about that. I gotta find it and repost it in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's Ultra Let's
The
Go.
one with SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm throwing the. That's my favorite one. It's like
Trash.
someone
That was
the
cool.
Yeah,
and then
that,
Army of Almost Murders.
that shit was pretty funny.
And now the countdowns on all the social media make sense.
Yeah, the interesting thing is too, tomorrow we actually have some, it's actually a good thing it worked out, because so we had the Detective Pikachu trailer drop today, then we have the Mewtwo trailer March 3rd. So there really shouldn't be March. Okay, so there shouldn't be too much focus on other things other than Pokemon. I do think though, for prediction number 1, I do think there is going to be some type of additional game announced. I don't know what.
Detective Pikachu for the Switch.
Yeah, I think that's a safe Dude, I'll just mention this now. A few months ago, Amazon had a SKU leak that said Pokemon, and they specifically mentioned it was a 3DS game coming to Switch.
Yeah, it's probably Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I mean, if Detective Pikachu gets ported over, I'm not gonna be mad. I mean, I'm not gonna play it. Like,
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't play it.
I have no interest in playing Detective Pikachu, but at the same time, if like I really what I really want them to do is put like ORAS or something like a 3DS game or even a DS game like Gen 4 or something. Part of me thinks they will do a Gen 4 like DS playable, like maybe Hoenn and Gen 4 or something, because they already have Gen 1 and 2 on DS, so maybe they do Gen 3 and 4 on the Switch. I would buy either one of the Gen 4 games in a heartbeat tomorrow. Like, if that shit dropped tomorrow, I would.
I mean, if memory serves and tradition serves, with every beginning generation on a new handheld console, they always make a remake on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it always occurs on an even numbered gen, from what I recall, aside from Gen 1 and 3.
I mean,
You said it even.
Yeah, so like Gen 3 had Gen 1 remakes, Gen 4 had Gen 2 remakes, Gen 6 had Gen 3 remakes, so if patterns persist, Gen 8 will have Gen 4 remakes.
well, and you
Yeah,
saw what
I
they
agree.
did,
That would make sense.
and you saw what they did with the marketing. You know, the Pokemon Company was very clever. They had Gen 1 and 2 playable on the 3DS for the via the Virtual Console, and then they put out remake games. So they like subliminally hyped everybody for Let's Go and stuff. Kind of playing on the nostalgia. Yeah,
Installed on HD.
yeah, they were playing it. They were hyping it up. They did it intentionally. I definitely don't see them with Gen 4 coming out. Probably next year, or the year after. Probably the year after, 2021.
Do you want to talk about the hype leading up to this direct announcement and the suspicions that led to it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's talk about the cat in the bag here, the Q&A on Pokemon Day for 5 days.
Yeah, that was kind of really, honestly, the biggest common sense like factor. It's like, what do you have 5 days of questioning for? You can't talk about Detective Pikachu for 5 days. You can't talk
You
about.
can't talk about Go for 5 days.
You definitely can't talk about Go for 5 days, and you certainly can't talk about the Mewtwo Strikes Back. We've had like a 30-second CGI trailer of Mewtwo's face.
And then here's the other thing. It's Nintendo. They have no interactions with movies, TCG. They don't have any interactions with Go. They have no interaction or interest in anything basically other than Nintendo. And nobody really cares about Sun and Moon anymore.
Or X and Y.
Or S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, God, man. I'm trying to find the Ishihara interviews and kind of reread his thoughts out to everybody for what he has said about Switch so far.
I mean, if there's one thing I remember him specifically saying is that this is the game made for fans.
Yeah, they said that about Let's Go though too. I mean, it sold 10 million copies, so I guess it was. But
I mean, it's for like longtime fans. This is the one who stuck around.
I don't think that's all the user copies. I think that's just how many were shipped worldwide.
I mean, I think the Pokemon Company. I mean, you got to remember too. This is a Pokemon Direct, not a Game Freak Direct. So the Pokemon Company, Ishihara runs the Pokemon Company. So I think he'll want.
Exactly.
I think he'll have something on behalf of the Pokemon Company that that gets people excited about Pokemon too, and he usually does. You know, like the Virtual Console or you know, maybe a side game, Pokemon Quest. I know that was developed by Game Freak, but there's going to be something I think that the Pokemon Company is going to put out and say, hey, us and Creatures worked on this.
Do you think we'll see the Gungery game again?
I hope. That would honestly be my
We'll
number
see it
one choice.
tomorrow, but I think we will see it.
It's kind of weird because the Pokemon Company, Nintendo in general, has been kind of odd about. They want to port over everything else but Pokemon games, so it's really weird.
I mean, yeah, what have they been announced porting over there? The town, which is a new IP. They have what's it called? They have this PC game. I forgot the name of it. Giga Records or something like that. Giga Record Havoc. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I always forget the name of that. Hey Ray, what's up, dude? Mr. Slippers, you're actually awake. What's up? He was gonna go to bed. Yeah, I mean, I do think, well, it could be kind of wild. We could get Pokemon Quest DLC. Apparently, there's coding for all the way up to like Gen 7 for Pokemon Quest.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Metal on there.
Hey, Dave, did you play Pokemon Quest?
Yeah, I played a good bit of it. I actually had the season pass that came with it.
Oh,
I was
fancy.
into it for a while. Then when it came out on phones, I was like, wow, it's way better on the phone.
It is.
Yeah,
great.
it's way better on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just much
Yeah.
better.
Well, damn. I
It's
guess
like
I
the
should...
UI was meant for it to all be touch.
Yes.
I mean, literally, you can flip the switch on its side and play it like that. That's how.
Yeah, but like the screen is like, it's just too big compared to like how your phone is in size.
Yeah, I heard it's coming to tablets too.
Yeah.
I have a question for all of y'all.
We have an answer.
Okay, what is your biggest concern that could go wrong tomorrow?
Just logos.
No, I don't think there's
The
anything.
biggest problem tomorrow would probably just be people overhyping their expectation.
True.
Honestly, the thing I would be the most worried about tomorrow is seeing gameplay, but it being like top-down camera.
I mean, a
That
lot of people are concerned.
would be a buzzkill. I mean, I don't know though. I mean, at the end of the day, so what I've been telling everybody and what we've actually collectively been telling everybody, everyone in our group, I mean, it's gonna be a Pokemon game, right? It's gonna, like, even from console to console, as they've gone through the different ones, graphically they have changed some. Even the 2D games did change, but they've always stuck to the same thing. I understand the hardware limitations, but at the end of the day, I mean, Game Freak may have gotten a wild hair up their ass, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna all bets are off. We're just gonna do what we want to do because we've had all these ideas for years. But something just tells me we're getting Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like,
if there's one thing I'm a little concerned about is they're not going to address Pokebank.
probably not this early. I mean, I think I said it in the group chat earlier. They didn't address Pokebank in 2013 until October when X and Y were going to come
I'll
out.
be honest with you, they did address it the damn day when they announced it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of went through the motions, right? They put like a chart up and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's like the main thing. Maybe they can touch upon it.
Hey, everyone in the chat that's watching, or everyone that's watching right now, can you hear the people on my Discord? If not, I can turn the output volume up some more. But hopefully you guys can hear them. But I mean, yeah, Anthony, to answer your question, for me at least, I don't think there's anything that would like kill the direct for me. I'm pretty positive about what I'm just happy. Whatever it is they're giving us, I am happy about. I know that's kind of the wrong mentality to have with the Switch, but at the end of the day, it's not Let's Go, and I'm gonna have a main series, like a main new generation game on my TV to play. And it's going to be...
It's a little known fact. The day that you're doing this is the 8th birthday of the 3DS.
Yes, anniversary.
Yeah, ironically. It's like, hey, it's like you living with your ex-girlfriend and then your new girlfriend moves in the house. This
Yeah.
it's like yeah.
But I mean, the big thing here is that one of the biggest franchises is finally leaving its system.
Well, I don't think we heard from everybody to answer Anthony's question. So, Dave, what would anything kill it for you tomorrow? Like if they show the games and what I know you said the top down camera, but like what else? Is there anything else that would like grind your gears?
Actually, I don't think this would happen. I really don't think this would happen. But if they actually took a step back in the graphics, like the models of the Pokemon, if I didn't see like a little bit of improvement from what Let's Go was.
You mean like if a Pokemon uses Mega Kick and for some reason you throw in a punch, and you're like, what the fuck?
That could be under the same. I don't expect much as far as the moves go, but at least the models of the Pokemon, inside and outside of battle, I expect to kind of see them a little better.
Yeah.
Cyber, what do you think?
The biggest one is the starter Pokemon.
I think that's always the initial like, yeah, I'm excited. Like I think when people like for Gen 6, if I recall correctly, when people saw Chespin, they were like, what the hell is that ugly ass thing? Or they
Is that a hamster squirrel thing?
or no, they actually liked Chespin. They didn't like the middle evolution is what it was. Quilladin, yeah. But everyone thought Fennekin, if I recall, I think Fennekin was the initial favorite because everyone thought we were getting this, quad pedal fire dog thing, and we ended up.
Chespin, and then Brokey was the least favorite at the time.
And then he became the favorite.
We ended up getting Lady Gaga on a steak with Fennekin. With their evolution. I'm sorry, that evolution line is.
At least it's not a firefighting.
The last two games, they have deviated away from tradition, which is nice.
They needed, I didn't care for the 7 starters. None of them really appealed to me that much. So I really hope that these ones are like well designed.
So I did find an interview on Forbes just now, and this is kind of what worries people, and it's a bit contradictory on Ishiharu's part, but I'll read it out. This is January 3rd, 2019, so this is why I say this. The main entries in the Pokemon game series have always been on handheld systems, from the Game Boy all the way to 3DS. For this next entry, the Nintendo Switch has a variety of playstyles. While you can still play in handheld mode, you now have the option of playing on a bigger TV screen while in dock mode. Given this new hardware, I have found it harder to make a new mainline Pokemon game than I had originally thought. Even as a Pokemon game on the Switch, does it still work? Is it possible for me to make all those playstyles interesting? I think it's probably about 5 times harder than any of you could imagine. Laughs. So it's kind of like, this is January 3rd, 2019. I mean, I'm sure the Pokemon Company lent their developers and stuff to help Game Freak. I'm sure Game Freak has outsourced. A lot of people don't know this, but Monolith Soft actually had a play in the Let's Go development. It's in the credits.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Monolith Soft?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, they helped.
Developers.
Yeah, they developed Xenoblade.
Yep.
Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
There's been rumors of like Unreal Engine 4 and stuff like this a long ass time ago, because of the Pokemon models and stuff. But I don't know, guys. I don't see Unreal Engine 4 being used on the game.
Here's one thing I do want to address really quickly. I'm very surprised that nothing has leaked. I'm like very surprised.
I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it.
Too, but I'm just like surprised. Like Sun and Moon had logos leaked early, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with the implementation of Let's Go and Pikachu and Eevee in between the release of this game and the last Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I think that kind of deviated where the leaks actually went, and it gave them time to like reset and adjust and tighten up everything they needed to.
I mean, it really is surprising. I mean,
yeah, I thought for sure that someone would leak the names by now, but I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I'm actually quite satisfied that there was little to no leaks.
I mean, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, myself and a few of my friends in our Discord group caught wind of the reveal. That was 2 weeks ago, And even then, it wasn't 100%. I never said that it was, just because of the fact that the source we were getting it from was, it's just, the Pokemon company is extremely hard. It's like my friend who gives me some of the marketing tips in Korea. It's like, you can't get dates on anything with these people. It's very difficult. So it's really, all you can really do is give a window. So that's why when it comes to Pokemon stuff and like people saying, oh, it's gonna be this time, it's really hard to criticize people when it comes to Pokemon about giving specific dates, because nobody has an exact date until you get really close. I mean, like really close. I think like yesterday is when we found out, like yesterday evening is when we kind of found out, like, oh shit, okay, it's happening tomorrow.
The big thing that people were also complaining about was that many people were certain it was going to be announced in May.
I don't know why. Where did anybody get that from?
People don't understand that new generations take more time to market than remakes or like third versions. That's fine.
Yeah, the remake versions, of course they do. That's why we got Let's Go May 30th and not on Pokemon Day. People
Same with Aura.
People were saying, "Oh, well, you saw what happened with the countdown on Pokemon Day last year." I'm like, "Well, yeah, last year. Well, you know why? We got Let's Go."
My favorite one is the ones that say the countdown, like for the Pokemon pack until Mewtwo or Mew.
Yeah.
They're gonna reveal it on that day. No, they're not gonna wait until June to reveal this game.
My favorite argument is people thinking Meltan's Gen 8 guy.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder where they got that idea from.
Yeah. I wonder who argued with Joe Merrick for 3 weeks straight about that.
About the idiot that got suspended from Twitter.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about he who shall not be named. Yeah.
Sure.
Or she that shall not be named, or whatever.
So he's Voldemort now?
Could be.
Man, does that mean that we get to go on an incredible adventure?
Oh, Kyle, what's up, man? My bad. Go ahead, Cyberknight.
No problem.
Let me ask you something.
What?
There's supposedly we're supposed to see the starters tomorrow. So do you think we'll actually get a peek of the region?
Yeah, we'll see the region tomorrow.
I think it's gonna be X and Y style.
I would think so too.
We'll see it tomorrow.
What are we gonna do for all 7 minutes of that?
Honestly, like I said yesterday,
Previous ones.
I think they have to make a clear. They have to really differentiate this thing from Let's Go. So.
What they definitely do. They have a lot of explaining to do. That's why I'm concerned. Is that what they're gonna do is in the 7 minutes they're just gonna be like, we're confident, and they're just gonna ramble on about like how they're confident and we're gonna and we're gonna see the trailer and then run away.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they are going to hype it up. I do feel like they're going to say, listen, we've been working on this game since forever. We know they've been working on it since the NXZ bits were out. And they're probably going to build up that hype saying, this is the first time an actual core Pokemon game is coming to console. Like, core for the hardcore. Because technically Let's Go is part of the main series, got it. But like an actual core, full-on, all the Pokemon are here, game on console. So they're going to have to build it up. Like, it's not just 7 minutes of, here is Pokemon Gen 8. It's going to be a solid, maybe, I'd be surprised if we don't get 5 minutes of them rambling about hyping the games, talking about the development process, and other things that are coming to Pokemon as well, not just the Gen 8 games, like maybe like other like side games, maybe some promotional merchandise, if that, but like they have to build it up, and then towards like the end of it, or maybe in the middle, talk about Gen 8 and what we're actually going to be seeing, which I honestly just believe it's going to be logos, names, starters, and we will probably hear about the name of the region, maybe just a peek of it. But I feel like there will be a lot of, we're going to have to go back and watch the direct and go frame by frame to scope out exactly all the details we want. Because I feel it's going to be kind of like when
gameplay do
it. I feel like it's going to be kind of like when Sun and Moon, they had like Picky Peck's model in the background on a computer screen. Stuff like that. Like we're going to have to scope out the information.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Sun and Moon trailer because I really like when they kind of show us like what they're doing in the background, like them working on the computer and like just working on the games and stuff. I love that. So I hope they kind of throw some of that in there.
If I were to throw my opinion, I think the Let's Go revealing trailer was by far the best. Like I was watching, I rewatched the X and Y Direct, the first one that came out in January 2013, and they did not get to the X and Y reveal until the very end, and the actual trailer itself was only a minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention too. Is in both of those reveals, they still went through the history of the games and like the first through this whatever generation until the next one. So I'm sure they'll probably do that again too tomorrow.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be like, we started this, we went on that, we went on that, we went on that, we went on that. Here's Let's Go. You kind of hated it. Here's the actual one.
Exactly.
I don't know though. I don't think they acknowledge that. I think they acknowledge that the general consensus among people was, okay, this isn't really the game we were looking for. We'll just play it just because. But it still sold 10 million copies. So, I mean, they have all the user data. They know how many users they've acquired, and I mean, they have all that information. They're the #1 media franchise for a reason. So, their marketing works.
Question: what are the chances we will not only get Gen 8, but we also get Let's Go 2?
No chance.
Non-existent.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No chance. Zero. I'd go in the negatives if I could.
I say there's totally a way higher chance you get implementation from Go to Gen 8, but not.
I was also thinking that.
Yeah, but not Let's Go 2 or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all in agreement that it would be really ignorant and stupid of the Pokemon Company to not take, and Game Freak to not take full advantage of the Pokemon Go user acquisition.
Exactly. Not only that, but like Let's Go was that bridge game to get people to buy Switches and buy Pokemon on the Switch. So them marketing and the direct, the purpose of the direct as well is going to be, okay, now that we have all these newcomers or returnees, if you want to say, from Go and Let's Go, now we got to tell them, listen, there's a bunch of other stuff that you guys haven't really seen or you guys have missed for the past 6, 5, 10 years because Pokemon have evolved throughout all these years, and this is an actual core game. So I think it's going to be like another mini bridge to get the guys that are already on that are actually like more of a general consumer than all the other, like all of us, because we're all hardcore fans of the series. But now that they have, like, there has to be a segment where now that they have these new guys or the returnees, they have to like walk them across the bridge to get over here with us.
No, exactly. And then here's one interesting thing a friend of mine pointed out. What if instead, well, we have the 3 Pokeballs on the in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What if, just like Red and Green, instead of like the legendaries, we get the starters' final evolutions and we get 3 versions instead of 2?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. You never know.
Yeah, I think that's very. I mean, I guarantee you, people would buy all 3 copies.
They would, but that's like another SKU, and that's like another like game on the shelf, and it's
you can't deny that they would definitely try it one day.
Yeah.
I feel like that's only worked for Kanto though, so that's what they're gonna keep it with.
True.
I mean, you could make the argument that Pokemon would sell 1 copy of a game just as well as they'd sell 2, if the game was potent enough.
I mean, look at Platinum, Crystal, Emerald. They all sold.
Yeah, well, in the remake games, they sell half what the original games sell. So, like, although X and Y had that standalone greatness because they didn't have a 3rd game, so they sold 14.6 million copies.
So should we throw the elephant in the room and decide where this region will be?
My mom's house. I honestly don't care. I know a lot of people talk about this. I really don't care. Like,
I care.
Anthony cares. Let's see what you got to say. Where would you like it?
We've already had 4 regions based on Japan. We don't need no more Japanese. We've had 2 that are based on America, so we don't need America or any English regions. I say do a Spanish region. It could be near Carlos, and go to Carlos later and call it a day.
That's actually pretty okay. I like that idea.
To remind everybody too, Junichi Masuda is not the director of this game. We don't know who the director is.
No,
so
I hope they say that tomorrow. That would be interesting information to know.
Yeah, you know what? Who do you think is going to present it aside from the president?
It'll be Masuda.
But he's not the director.
He's
producing.
He's the but even for ORAS, Omori didn't present it by himself.
True.
Yeah.
X and Y, or not X and Y, Sun and Moon, Omori didn't present it by himself. He was still at E3 with Masuda. Masuda's the face of Pokemon. So,
Pretty much.
I mean, it's a shame that we don't hear more from Miyamoto or is it Miyamoto? Who's the other guy?
Ishihara.
No, not him.
Shintari, Yamaka.
Shintari, I think, is and Iwao. I'd like to hear more from him. But
Iwata's passed away, bro.
Yeah, Iwata's died.
no, not Iwata. Iwao, Iwao. He's
okay.
yeah. Iwao, however the hell you say his name. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to hear from him. But I don't know. The director, we don't. It could be Omori,
Sure.
but we haven't heard either way. All we know is Masuda is not directing these games. So, for anybody who's upset with Masuda, this is exciting news.
Or terrifying news. Take us with that.
Could be, but I think the younger developers though are more in tune with what the community may want. It's kind of like one of those things, it's like you have these old ass guys up here, like in the military, for example. We have these old ass dudes who think one way, and then the new generation of joining the military think one other way, and you have that like confrontation. It's kind of the same scenario here, honestly. You have Masuda's the old ass dude, and he's like, we're doing this, and then he's like, actually, you know what, I have no place to do this anymore, I'm stepping away.
I
And
still can't believe Masuda is almost around 60 years old.
no, he's only
Yeah,
50.
he doesn't look that old.
Like 51, isn't he?
No, he's actually 60. He's almost 60.
Wow.
He looks pretty damn good. Of course, Japanese, they age much better than Americans do.
And remember Sakurai, he de-ages.
Sakurai, man, that looks like a dude who's never seen sunlight before. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, dude, but he's still going.
And you can't deny, I was surprised Reggie was 60.
Yeah, he looks good too.
He's
he does,
he's the
actually.
body type I strive to be. And Richie.
Well, it helps when you have a lot of money too.
And our meeting.
You can like wake up and have a gym in your house and, do whatever you gotta do. But okay, more predictions. Let's.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I mean, it's fun just conversating Pokemon, but I think we should kind of lean more towards. So one prediction we did give was, in the beginning of the video, where we kind of talked about, what the hell did we talk about? Graphics? Is that what we hit on? No,
No, we forgot.
we forgot. So we'll go with graphics, art style. So is it, people are like, oh, it's gonna be Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like, in 1080p type thing, and then other people are like, well, it's just gonna be an enhanced version of Let's Go. I have a hard time believing that that this game's gonna use the Let's Go engine. I'm hoping it is its own entity. So from an art
I
style,
don't see why it wouldn't.
I feel like
I don't see it either.
I feel like the most ambitious they would go is Ni no Kuni, and I've said this millions of times. And then I feel like the most basic way they could go is probably Town, on a bigger scale, like not the chibi stuff, Town's graphics, and then just kind of like expand everything.
I mean, a popular theory is that Town is basically the testing ground for the engine for Gen 8.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that there's some assets maybe used for that too, because it is an RPG game. It's not open world though. It's it takes place in one area.
In one town.
Yeah.
How fitting.
Dave, what do you think about the graphics? Are we going to get something that's completely like we haven't seen before? Like we're not expecting like Wind Waker, cell shading graphic, or what are we talking about here?
Well, definitely not Wind Waker style, but it's not going to be on the Let's Go engine. I'm pretty positive about that.
Yeah, I'm sure about that too.
Same here.
I think it's going to look fantastic regardless. But yeah, definitely not the Let's Go engine. It's going to be something new, I'm feeling.
So Forest Fairy in the chat makes a good point. He says, I honestly like Let's Go's graphics. I think Let's Go looks really damn good. At least on my TV it does. If you got.
It was on our TV as well. Mine is a 720.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think we can hate. I don't think people hate on Let's Go's graphics. I think they hate on the fact it's just so sticky, like robotic.
No, it's not that, but there's a lot of things why they hate. But graphics, I don't think is one of them.
Yeah,
I don't think it's more graphics. I think it's just more animation per se.
Yeah, the animation's not good. You can definitely tell it's like 3D, like Gen 7 animations. Like,
But not just Gen 7, Gen 6 kind of chibi.
yes or no? I mean, I can see where you can make that argument, but I don't know.
If there's one thing I would say, does anybody recall Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Yeah,
Do you recall its art style?
yeah.
I would think that art style would suit Pokemon really well.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good mixture between 3D meets cell shit.
it's just so hard to say. I mean, you'd like to think it's going to be something like new that we're kind of not expecting, but I feel like we've seen whatever the game's going to look like in some shape or form somewhere else. I don't know.
You know, one thing I think would be a fun idea if they ever implemented it?
What's that?
Letting you camp out in the wild. Like, you go out, you make a campfire and everything, and you just sit there.
That'd be interesting. Like, instead of going back to a Pokemon Center, it could heal your Pokemon as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can actually forge items like berries and make healing potions. Kind of like a traditional RPG.
I think it'd be cool to be able to like rest in between routes. You know, like how Ash in the anime will like hang out on a route. Yeah, and that heals you. Like in RPGs, you know, you can use tents like in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy, exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe use it like what would it be like not fast travel, like how in Zelda you sit in the fireplace and then suddenly the next day.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think it'd be really cool too to have actual other characters like journey with you. I think that's kind of been something else that everyone else has always wanted. It's like, why aren't Brock and Misty? They tried to do it with X and Y, but they did it in an annoying way.
They kind of had it in Gen 4 for a bit, where like in certain areas of the game you'd have people follow you.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
But yeah,
This is what I think the game might look like, kind of.
And if we're going for Gen 8 and eventually doing Gen 4 remakes in this generation, that could possibly be a thing, having characters follow you around in certain areas of the game.
because you know they always like to put things in games and then capitalize on them in the next game. Like with X and Y, we had the Strange Souvenir, and that led to Sun and Moon, and like, you know, Sun and Moon, they went to Ultra Sun and Moon, and they put more Pokemon in the overworld to test that concept for Let's Go.
And when it comes to graphics, the common thing that people really want is Dragon Quest XI.
I mean,
Dragon Quest XI is beautiful.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's undeniable. But that's really out there, in my opinion.
It super is. For Pokemon, yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything close to that.
Okay,
I think it could look like Detective Pikachu graphics, but I don't know.
no, I hope
Detective
not.
Pikachu is really advanced for the 3DS.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me how Detective Pikachu looks better than any of the main games.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. And it's made by the same team.
It's weird. But so I have a Famitsu interview pulled up from Games Radar. They posted like a massive compilation of like quote unquote everything we know. These kind of things are kind of sketchy, but I'll read through the pertinent ones. They say the new title coming out in the second half of 2019 will be a completely different game to Pokemon Let's Go. So they say completely different game. Obviously, it's kind of what we're all thinking, but for those skepticism out there, those are his words, not mine. A completely different game. Ishihara said in an interview with Famitsu, it's not an entry game, but a game that we want longtime fans of the Pokemon series to look forward to. The game will give a good understanding of what an evolved Pokemon game looks like after it has continued to succeed through the traditions of Game Freak, who wants to make Pokemon fans say, "This is what I've been waiting for," by delivering a brand new product packed with gameplay elements and plenty of new Pokemon to encounter. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a better way of clearly saying that the game is going to be different, new, and innovative, and not Let's Go.
I'm surprised that he mentions specifically many new Pokemon.
And he says the evolution of. Focus on evolution there is very interesting. Then it says Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG. Oh yeah, we already know that. I just started reading. Let's see.
Oh, I read this passage. And this film. I read all of it.
Well, okay, so and this was another interesting thing. So a lot of people seem to think that the E3 2017 interview with Masuda and Omori were talking about Let's Go and not Gen 8. But
Nope, they're wrong.
the quote here says the next introduction to its popular core RPG series, which was teased last year at E3. This was in 2018. This interview, so that's the one they were talking about. Will arrive in late 2019 on Nintendo Switch for the first time.
Yeah.
So again, people clarifying that interview was not basing, because people were saying, oh well, they were just talking about Let's Go and look what we got. No, completely wrong. That's not what they were talking about. And then he says, with Pokemon Quest and Pokemon Let's Go, there are so many new ways to explore the world of Pokemon. Trainers can look forward to more on an all-new core series Pokemon game in 2019. Where's the one? I was looking for the comment where he mentioned there will be many new Pokemon, and well, no, I guess
It was the first one. That is the one you mentioned.
yeah, I think that was it. And then there's always been this really interesting trading card patent thing with the lion picture.
Altered Genesis. Oh no, there's also another one that happened last night. Altered Genesis.
So so this brings a good point, right? So we were talking about, oh my god, I got videos playing from trailers and stuff. Stop. Well, I'm not trying to get copyright struck. Well, do you guys think, well, maybe they'll show amiibos?
I would love that.
I don't think they'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, they won't show it tomorrow, but I think they will implement them somehow.
I think amiibos would be a good E3.
Do you guys think Paul Ryan would have information if that were the case?
No.
Oh well, speaking of Mr. Paul Ryan, he mentioned that there was I think it was a figure releasing on 27th or being revealed for the longest time.
Yeah, he thought it would leak.
Isn't it just a Mewtwo thing?
Yeah, but the merch hasn't been revealed yet. What's up, Rock?
Yeah.
But I thought it would have leaked by now, and it didn't.
No, it did, and apparently what happened was that his plan got pushed up randomly. So one would assume that maybe this is why.
Yeah, I mean maybe. They've been really tight-lipped so far. I'm really impressed.
Can I just say, I really love how they worded the tweet on the English Pokemon account. It says, these are all the details you're getting.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, but here's the more interesting thing: the UK Nintendo account and Pokemon account only has a Winky.
Yeah,
Yes.
these people are saying like, hey, we know you guys have been complaining. Shut up. You'll see it tomorrow.
I love how the Pokemon Company threw shade at what's his name by saying Sinnoh confirmed on their Instagram post.
Oh yeah,
it says,
definitely.
Pokemon confirmed.
So freaking funny, dude.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I can't believe anyone. I know he did it for attention and stuff, for just to get people to click on it. But at the end of the day, anyone who actually believed Gen 4 was a thing this year is extremely naive.
It's going to be very, very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean,
So what do you guys think? Will we get Go support?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Go support? For sure.
I think that given how many Pokemon will exist now, you kind of need something else to help complete that Pokédex, or like find the missing Pokemon that don't exist in the game.
True.
And
Because
while it
one-
might not have everything, it would have a lot of them, you know?
Yeah, not just that, but like the amount of money Go racks in, it's definitely a lot, and it's not just directly to Niantic. Like just having Pokemon in that game, there has to be some sort of licensing or something that goes directly to
Oh,
Pokemon.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Game Freak. So you bet your bottom dollar that they're going to try to implement that in as many games as they can, as long as they get money out of it, they get profits.
Oh no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But here's the one major thing. Now we all know how Melmetal and Meltan evolved. Do you think they're going to keep the method of its evolution the same, or do you think that they're going to change it in the game?
No.
I don't want.
They'll give a new method in the game. I'm certain of it.
I had
Sorry.
absolutely zero interest in obtaining Meltan and Let's Go.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
I think they need to implement another way to get him.
Yeah, I think they will.
I think they gave a really good start though. I think it was cool. It was the reveal for Meltan was like it was like the best ever. The way they did it was awesome.
That was perfect.
But I just,
What the heck is this thing?
because they implemented like this cool cutscene with like characters amongst each other talking about this new mythical and stuff. So I think they need to do a lot more of cool events like that with mythical Pokemon. Like, there's absolutely zero connection between trainer and mythical Pokemon in any given event whatsoever. Like, I have no incentive to use this Pokemon in battling. They're all banned in any type of competitive scene, and I can never get them in time to use them for my adventures. So when am I going to use a mythical Pokemon?
I would like it. That's why I want the idea of DLC in these games to make it give them purpose.
I just want them to give us items back that you had to take to a certain place, and then you could go catch it. That was
No,
pretty
that's what I
cool.
mean with. That's what I mean. They could do with DLC. Like,
I mean, they don't even need paid DLC. They could just have special events, like a certain weekend. Like if they have a solid enough online infrastructure, like we have to pay for the Nintendo Online.
yeah.
So if they can do like kind of like how Fortnite does, like let's say this weekend there's a special event. So like let's say in Pokemon, for example, they already have the event like in the code or via a download, which is kind of hard given that Game Freak doesn't really do this. But in a perfect world, like you just download an update like early in the week, and then that weekend you know something's about to happen. They'll announce it on the Pokemon Twitter account or whatever, and during that weekend you log in and you will find a random item, a mythical item to start your quest for you obtaining that mythical Pokemon. It's like a side quest, a side adventure. It gives the game longevity, but that's not something that's going to happen.
True.
Well, I don't know. You saw with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I think, or Sun and Moon, how they did those events. Like, you know, everyone catch 1,000,000 Pokemon. I think that was a good like start in the right direction. I think that was cool.
But it was flopping in their face because nobody completed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just too tedious to get that. If they, like I said, if they had a very solid infrastructure and something very simple, kind of like the PSS system, but all like refined in Gen 8, they could possibly get away with doing stuff like that. But I think the game that came the closest was actually Gen 4 and Heart Gold and Soul Silver's events.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
event mons, those were the closest thing to what I'm saying. Like in terms of like during a weekend, have like the Arceus event in Heart Gold Soul Silver. That, or was it our Heart Gold Soul Silver? I think it was.
It was Heart Gold, Soul Silver, the Arceus event, the Pinshu event, the
All
Latias
those
and
crazy
Latias
events.
event.
If they do things like that, like during weekends or like throughout a week or 2 week span with Gen 8, that would be crazy.
Oh, it would just definitely promote longevity. But here's the problem. I'll argue against that. Once the next generation comes around, they're all useless.
What do you mean, the Mons?
No, once the next set of games, say like we get Gen 8, then we get the Gen 4 remake. That event then falls flat on its face because they're not going to focus on that previous gen, they're going to focus on the new ones.
Exactly, you just gotta move on with the times and do the events on the other game.
Right.
Well, and Pokemon has no problem moving forward. Hell, 2 months later, here we are getting Gen 8. I mean,
Exactly.
they have no problem scooting along. It's just,
I mean, that isn't that the same thing that happened with Black and White 2? People were like, they're not going to announce a new gen. Announces a new gen. Well, shit.
Yeah, that was only 3 months after Black and White 2. They did X and Y in January.
Yeah. And even like I think what's his name? Iwata called it was Satoshi Tajiri. Like Iwata called him out. I was like, but Black and White 2 just came out. It's like, yeah, fuck you.
But you gotta understand that was also for America. That wasn't for Japan.
True.
So-
Japan got it in June. We got it in October.
Yeah.
so our third prediction. So we moved. So I do remember at this time we just talked about graphics and art style. I think everyone's kind of expecting the same thing, or on the same grounds when it comes to that. In terms of actual, in terms of the starters, I guess a prediction I think we can make is what the typings will be. So to recap, Generation 6 they deviated from the typical typings, and then in Generation 7 they really deviated from it, having a ghost grass fire type, going from grass flying to ghost grass. So really cool stuff.
Type instead of water type.
But at the end of the day, I think we can all predict that they're probably going to have different typings in this game too, or they just have plain old typings like dark, poison, and psychic or something. That would be three typos right there, but they've always been dual typing. So what do you guys think?
Yes.
I think they'll all have dual type things, but I'm not sure what they'll be.
Do you think we'll get firefighting?
No,
No, there's so much hate for that now. maybe as not a starter, but not as a starter.
I actually had some predictions for the final evolution starter typings.
They're just all Magikarps.
They might go Fire Fairy. We don't have that yet.
True, that would be an
I
interesting.
guess they could just be the same.
Actually,
Not sure.
there's one thing I noticed. They tend to stick with the types that were popular with other mons in the previous gen.
Definitely.
So like, people love
There's just
Gorgia.
all fighting, grass fighting, water fighting.
No, but people really like what's it called? Grass Ghost in Gen 6. So they made a Grass Ghost start. People really liked what was it? And shoot, I forgot. People liked Fire Psychic, so they made a Fire Psychic type in Gen 6. So my guess is that people really liked in Gen 7 Fire Poison type, so I think our starters would be Fire Poison.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Actually, Salazzle's Poison Fire, not Fire Poison.
But still, people like the typing combo. They complement each other real well.
Salazzle was super dope. It was just a pain in the ass finding a female Salandit.
Yes, it
Oh
was.
yeah. But I think that's why maybe they'll compensate people for that. Be like, here's one that you can actually use.
They should just do more evolutions of existing Pokemon. Like, give Salandit a male counterpart.
Or the same with you could say the same for Combi.
Yeah. Or, like, giving Hawlucha an evolution. That would be nice, too.
Hey, Hawlucha, I think he's good enough on his own.
No. Have you seen those stats? We're not going there.
Hey, Curse, what do you think the starter typings are going to be?
Sorry, Nido.
I think it's going to be something completely different in that aspect. Because I feel like the starters are usually what determines what's different in the generation. So, like, last gen, we got that the starters got their own exclusive Z moves. So I feel like the starters are going to be unique in typing and, like, everything else related.
You know what would be a cool type for a starter? Dragon type.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's too
that'd
good.
be cool.
Not only that, but they seem to also be hyping, like, the starters with 3 Pokeballs. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I gotta say something, bro. I gotta get this out of the way. I'm already hyped just looking at how good the 3 Pokeballs look in the direct picture.
I was just thinking about that too. They look
Those are
really
actually
clean.
screenshot.
I'm like,
Looks so
whatever is used to make those Pokeballs look like that, that's what the graphics should be.
Yes,
Unreal.
seriously.
Look, if I don't get my God of War graphic style Pokemon game, I'm gonna flip out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, by the way, VK Gaming's here.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's up?
Oh damn, what's up, dude? Yeah.
Oh, you know.
If I don't get my 4K Final Fantasy 15 open world active gameplay battling style, I'm gonna lose it.
I mean, you're not kidding. Those Pokeballs are so shiny and
They're
really
really
nice.
top quality. They look like Unreal Engine before.
Okay, so another thing we got, because I'm getting itchy. We got to talk about this like real quick. Me and Cyber have been talking about this for like the last 2 weeks. The user interface of the game is something that I love. Like I love looking at the HP bars. I love looking at the menus. I love looking.
Yes.
Something gets me going, boy. Woo! Something's gonna happen on stream. But
Oh, Sarah. Ugh.
yeah. Ooh.
They need to improve that for sure. One thing I didn't like in Sun and Moon was those ugly little animations before you get into the battle and it freezes for a second.
I hated everything about Sun and Moon's UI. I hated those stupid color slashes. I hated the music.
Yeah.
The battle music was just.
The battle music in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon was boring compared to the original. So
Give me like I want like a Lance battle theme from Gen 1 for every battle. Like I want good battle music for every battle. Like
how was Cynthia's battle thing?
Cynthia's was amazing.
Diana was a dude.
Yeah, Cynthia's. Of course it was great. It's Cynthia's.
How about Diane says?
No, Cynthia's better. Hers was Piano Doom. You knew you screwed up.
Throw out that like.
Customize the UI and change in-game battle music.
Oh, that's a good idea. Actually, you know what I want? You know how Life of Battles they had that generic looking cyberistic battleground?
Yes.
Change it. Yeah, let us
You
change
guys-
that.
You guys remember in X and Y you could customize like the UI a little bit, like the background and where you select your moves.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean though. But Let us
Yeah.
change like the arenas.
That's what I've been saying for years now,
like the
and they've been
background.
using the same engine to Let's Go from X and Y, and it irritates my soul.
I
know
mean, you
it's
have all these arenas. Why not
Yeah.
let us use them?
it's like you're battling in a
Because they're lazy.
it's like you're battling in a soup can all the time. Like you open a Campbell's thing as chunky soup, and then you just jump right in there, and that's what you're battling it.
It's like, oh great, I'm in Tron. I should be able to turn this hologram on so I can be in something else but Tron.
No, Tron would be badass. We're in a Campbell's chunky soup container. That's what we're in battling in. It's
Sounds
like
delicious.
Like PBR, for example. It had many battlefields you could play on. Why
Yeah.
can't we have something like that?
Actually, you know what I really want? Instead of only battlefields that you can select, more trainer customization options.
That's a definite. I think we'll definitely be getting more of those. It's, they've been adding more and more, so I feel like with this one on the Switch, it'll really add more to just as your character.
Yeah,
Well, one thing
but
I
like
think-
one of my
Go ahead.
okay, one of the things my friend really hated about Sun and Moon was that for a region that's set in the tropical area, you couldn't get flip flops for the male character, but you can get sandals for the female character.
Okay, now I'm really triggered. I didn't know that.
That's sexist.
One thing I think they need to improve on is not everyone has the same facial structure. I would like to have a chance to edit my facial features.
No, not me. Do not put that shit in the games. Nope. Nope. I freaking hate RPG games where they're like customize your eyebrows, customize your chin.
How about me?
Customize your Oscar pairs.
Yeah.
Look, if I don't have the crimson chin,
It's like
gonna end well.
we're
And
getting
this
way.
region has that costumes like superheroes.
No, I just want to be able to like maybe customize your bike if there's a bike in the game, or like if
Oh, I want that back.
if they have overworld Pokemon, maybe like have your overworld Pokemon wear like I don't know like a cool scarf or something, or I don't know.
Do you guys remember the old feature where you could customize, like, when you threw a Pokeball and the Pokeball would come out? I think it was in Generation 4.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
customized.
Oh, I know. Ball capsules? Give me that all day. Give me ball
Wait,
capsules.
here's the thing. Remove the option where you were not allowed to deposit them if you put them in the capsule.
Yeah. I guess like maybe a lot of things could be like freshened up with that, but imagine what that would look like in HD. Just your Blastoise coming out in a ball of fire and
Or
electricity.
an explosion.
Just have your grass type come out with a fireball, and you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Just imagine the frame drops with that.
Oh god.
I mean,
Okay.
Switch can handle.
So that's the other
Switch
thing.
can't handle Viridian Forest very well.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that's the
you
thing,
know.
dude. We need to tighten up the no lag, like anytime. You need that. I don't understand if like on even in handheld and just going through the menus and stuff, I get lag. It's
Have you played X and Y?
yeah,
Have you played triple battles in X and Y?
double battles.
Worse rotation.
No, triple battles.
Oh my god, yeah. Don't even get me started. If you have a Ho-Oh or something on the screen, R.I.P.
No.
Yeah.
Triple battles with big guys, all 6 big guys,
Yeah.
weather activated. Jesus Christ.
I think one of the
There's
I
there's
love
a reason why
Microsoft
those battles
PowerPoint.
are remote.
I think one of the things that everybody wants though is the seasons. I think we want like
Just more interactivity
weather
with
back.
the world to make it feel
Yeah.
more alive.
I
Actually,
miss
people
urban
didn't like-
weather.
I miss night and day. No, wait.
Yeah, I would even take just the night and day feature. Like even if they didn't want to have winter, summer, spring, and fall, you can at least night and day just for evolution's sake and stuff.
It was such a weird thing to remove in a skill. It's like, why remove night and day?
Well, here's another cool prediction topic I think everyone wants to talk about too. What you call it? Will it be a soft reset? So are we going to be able to? Is it going to be Gen 5, like cut and clean, all new Pokemon from the get?
Improvement of the series.
Like when they released Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with like Rainbow Rocket, they really made it feel like this is a culmination of everything they've done in handhelds up to this point. Like they did leave it to where there's like somewhere could go forward, like at the very end. Giovanni's just like looking off, saying, "What else could I do?" But at that point, you just added so much to this one moment. It feels like they would probably be a soft reset of some
see,
kind.
I would agree with you, but here's take on it. Many people didn't like that black and white.
What, only the new Pokemon?
Exactly. Many people hated that about white, and I
Well,
think that's the reason why in black and white too they brought back a bunch of the old guys.
Well, the reason why they hated it was because with black and white, you had all the new mons. Dude, they didn't evolve until like all of them evolved at like level 50. I'm like going through the game with base evolutions. I'm at the 7th gym. Like we need just keep the evolution methods the same pacing. I think people would have enjoyed it a lot more.
I think by that time, that's true, and a lot of them were the really good ones were near the end.
You don't want to like struggle all the way and then get the very end. Just like, well, what's the point now? These are strong enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And to counter the Rainbow Rocket, conversation, you can technically say that that's a completely different dimension of like the actual story, because that was in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but in Sun and Moon you don't get that. And then if you look at every other version of like the games, it isn't until the third version or the reiteration or the revisiting or the remakes that you get a different version of what that game once was. So in reality, you could say like Gen 8, it has nothing to do with that. They could just link it all together, and then if they make a follow-up to Gen 8, like a second version, third version, whatever,
or something,
link it like that. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that definitely would be like it's just an alternate universe, and that would like fix all the Zelda-like timelines. So I mean, why not?
Exactly.
But it is like a big culmination, so I feel like as much promotion as they gave that one moment, they would at least do something to refresh everything.
Now, the thing I would assume is the proper way they would do it is do the Gen 3 way. And that's like have the majority of the decks a new guy and a small handful, like the most popular, the most beloved old guys, like Pikachu and Eevee, Alakazam, Lucario, what's his name, from Gen 5, Zorua. Yes, exactly.
Okay, here's a comment. I'm triggered. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment. Those of you who are watching can see my screen. If you guys are on Discord and you have the stream up, you already know what I'm looking at. If a 4th generation Pokemon remake isn't revealed alongside the possible Gen 8 reveal, I'm going to be severely disappointed. If Gen 8 Pokemon follow the trend of the last few games as well with Pokemon designs, I won't have much interest in it either. Roar!
I mean, I don't mind it.
What in the world? Who? What? So the most, for those of you watching, the most fun thing to do around Pokemon hype season is go in the search bar on Twitter and just type in whatever the game is, and you'll see people's comments are insane. It is so funny. Like I'm going through the comments right now.
I mean, people really want a Gen 4 remake.
Okay, here we go. This is cool. This is a good comment. So I'm going to take a few minutes and just kind of go through what people are saying in the community. So this person says, Pancake Armor Man says, that's an awesome name, by the way. Pancake Armor Man. I said I'd like to see the.
I can't wait for maple syrup, man.
I don't know. I think it's right up there with Nido17, to be honest. But anyways, it says I said I'd like to see the PWT return with the ability to fight the professors.
I like that guy.
Give me the Pokemon World Tournament back for real, because.
No, actually, you know what? How about Pokemon World Tournament as part of the Battle Frontier?
I don't want no Battle Frontier. I don't want it. I don't want any of that. I want the Pokemon League to be overhauled severely. I think the Pokemon League needs to be like the anime, have an audience.
Like 1,000 fans just cheering you on, watching you lose, just the champion.
Like imagine. So it'd be like Pokemon Stadium-esque for the Pokemon League, where you'd have your board in the background with like your team of 6. You know, like in the anime when a Pokemon faints, that it disappears on the board or whatever. Like something like that would just be super cool.
And like it'd be random NPCs you met throughout the game facing you.
Okay, what's up?
Tim wants to know how long you're going to be on so he can join us.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him and Rock to hop on. I'm not going to end the stream until they're on here. So.
Hurry up.
Join us.
Pokemon testing with I don't know how to say this person's name. Syndrade. Pokemon testing with an 8th generation. If it's going to be as bad as the last 3, they shouldn't bother.
I tested with Let's Go, like, I didn't use the same engine and everything, but I feel like they still tested the waters with what they could and couldn't do a little
Let's
bit.
use the Gen 7 engine.
Okay, I want a yes or no answer from everybody on one thing. With Pokemon Let's Go, did it give you guys a sense of okay, this was fun, I've enjoyed myself, I'm ready for Gen 8? Rather than, before you answer, would you rather have that or not had any game at all up until now?
No game at all.
I would
I
rather
would-
have that.
I would have taken it just to like, because I'm a very impatient person. I would have taken it to play through until Gen 8 actually comes around. But
So-
I'm also very stingy, so I don't know about $60 all the time.
I would have preferred for them to save it for the 25 year, added more features, expanded the region, do something more creative than what they did. So, yeah, I would have preferred not to have the game.
That's wild.
I think it's good for what it was. You know what I mean? For
Yeah,
like
definitely.
the purpose that game served, it worked perfectly. I think it was a complete success. I would totally purchase it again, but not at $60. I would totally pick it up at 40.
Yeah,
40 is a price for the Let's Go series, honestly.
30 is more reasonable.
60 is not the
Not
full
really.
context worth
40
of
is
what a
totally like
Pokemon game is.
it's sweet spot.
This is a guy who bought the game at $100 with the Pokeball Plus.
I'm with you there, brother. I'm holding it right now.
I didn't buy the game. I just won it in a Twitch giveaway.
No.
That's just that's crazy to me because it's I don't know. I guess we're just in a different. I guess we're just in a different era in general. Like to me, I think people would be going absolutely apeshit if we didn't get any type of game at all, and we were just waiting on tomorrow's game this entire time.
Oh, they are going apeshit right now.
I mean, everyone's been waiting.
But that's what I'm saying. So imagine if we had no shot. Like imagine if these concepts were introduced to us, like riding Pokemon in the open world, like having Pokemon in the overworld, like all these things that we've been able to see, and we're like, yeah, let's keep that. And we didn't see any of that at all. And then
Oh yeah, people would be worried.
so yeah, they'd be like,
I already
okay.
had that before. That was 2015 for us.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2016 didn't have it. It was a break year.
No, 2015 was a break year.
Oh,
Yeah,
2015.
but that's still 2 years between ORS and Sun.
Yeah, but we had grown to expect that though. Game Freak always took a year off somewhere. We were expecting them to, but
Do you think you're going to take a year off after Gen 8?
I don't know. Stealth
I
made
feel
a
like they may.
Stealth
The
made a
game is,
good
like,
point.
really big.
um,
The game is like big enough. They'll probably take one.
well, Stealth, what's his name? Stealth 401. I'm sure you guys follow him. He made a good point in saying that Game Freak doesn't need an off year anymore because they've grown so much.
I mean, I heard from Game Informer stated that they are as big as not Insomniac, Sucker Punch Games in PlayStation.
See, I kind of disagree with that comment about not having to take a year off all the time because maybe you don't need it all the time, but what are you going to make every single year? Like, I feel like eventually you'd run out of ideas.
Like Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest natural things that they need to implement in the game that's super easy to do is evolutions during battle. Like if Charmander hits level 16 while he's battling, like he should be able to evolve into Charmeleon and continue the battle like that.
In anime.
Yeah.
Like, what if they like added to like he evolved? Like that's definitely something I would want, just to evolve during battle.
It's like suddenly your Charmander's not a Charmeleon. It's like this Charmander's bot and stuff like that.
I think maybe they should give you the option, like, oh, instead of doing an attack or something this turn, do you want to evolve?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that,
Do
I
you
feel
think
like that would
Jinx
work.
will come back?
Wait, what'd you say?
Do you think Jinx will make a comeback?
Gyms will
I
be
think they will.
Gyms will be back for sure.
As-
Yeah.
As much as they talk about it, it does feel like this is going to be a traditional RPG Pokemon game, but it's going to be like better.
They may just be different though. I think the gyms may be like the concept.
Maybe a mix of gyms and
Well-
trials, maybe a mix of them.
No, I think the trials concept was only specific to Hawaii, the Hawaii theme, but
Gym leaders using totems.
I think they'll be called something else. I don't think they'll be called gym leaders. I think they'll be called like. I think they'll start fitting the culture of wherever it is. I think you're
Would
yeah.
be cool is that instead of having a gym in a town or a city, it would be like in how in a local outside, in like an area.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of interesting. Definitely, if it was like not in the town you are in, it was like you have to do this stuff in the town, and then you get the access to the gym or location, and it's like
Exactly.
off the side.
No, not
Like,
only
is it
that,
that important?
like you see the leader, and he's like, "I will fight you if you fix this mess."
Prove your worth.
Yeah, so like, no, it's totally not made easy. I'm just gonna sit there and watch you do all your stuff. I'm being lazy.
I definitely think the freedom to battle whatever gyms you wanted to, like give you more than 8 would be cool. But
I
But it
think,
would be also difficult with scaling.
yeah. I took a game design, so I'm not very much knowledgeable about like how games operate within an open world. It wouldn't be too hard to make it where you could go to any gym you wanted. The only problem would be is the implementation of, if you have this many badges, this is how strong Pokemon are in the area. This is why. But at that point, you could go to technically any area, start a gym, say there's like the trainers beforehand, battle each one, and get to every area.
In my opinion, that's what I think played Gen 2. Well, like the
Yeah,
level
I was
scaling
gonna
in
say
Gen 2.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, no, go ahead. You and I are on the same page.
I was gonna say like in Gen 2 and even in Gen 1 to a degree, like you could go to Sabrina's gym before Koga's, or like
Yeah,
in Gen 2 you could go to like Jasmine's before what's his name? Chuck.
Chuck.
Like there
Yeah.
was to a degree some
It's
type of like
children.
yeah.
You can face. Actually, fun fact. Um, you can face get all the way to the eighth gym badge without getting Jasmine's gym in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I think I did that one time just to mess with it.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
like the problem here is that the levels were so low that it didn't matter what win.
They got to make it easier so you can have a choice. So
No,
they
it's
have
not easier, tougher.
What
So-
I'm saying is like they have two gyms the same level, but you get to choose which one. Then
You
can
see,
go-
this is it's that reason alone. I think that it would be better if like we had gym leaders, but they use totem Pokemon with totem-like abilities. Like, oh, they have more HP or defense, so now they're suddenly tougher for you to fight.
that would definitely make it like each gym now finally a challenge instead of just not something to go collect something. It's now worth the challenge to fight.
Yeah, like the gym leader's like, oh, you're gonna defeat this guy. Here, take another one.
Hmm.
so what I think would be
It's a double
cool.
battle.
I think in Gen 4 it was kind of like that too with a few of the gyms also.
Yeah, like they would push out their guys right before you defeated them.
Yeah. So really, I think that's why a lot of people think Gen 4 may have been the best generation. Not
It
because
was the
of
peak.
like, it was probably when the AI at the time was as smart as they could get it. Like I'm not saying like not all AI from that point forward has been stupid. I've faced some really BS battles before. Like
Oh no,
like
definitely. I
gens.
think bump the AI up to 11 in Ultra Sun and Ultra Mid.
All right, guys, I want to
I
hop
think
back
both-
into the predictions piece a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
So one other thing that I think would be cool, or one of the things I was talking about was Pokédexes, like what the Pokédex is going to look like. I think one of the ideas I introduced was saying like having it on your mobile phone, and then like the tablet or whatever it is that's a Pokédex can actually
Yeah.
die on you, and then you can't open your menu to swap or save. I think that can add to the difficulty, and then you charge it at each Pokemon Center. But
that would be stupid.
Yeah, I think it might be something.
Yeah, that would kind of be like the hindrance of everything.
I would
Have you
rather have a phone.
so what do you think the Pokédex is going to look like or be? Is it?
The next iPhone.
Tablet.
It'll be like a phone, I
It
think.
looked like a Switch.
Maybe.
I mean, the Switch is like a phone.
I feel it's a weird take because if you look at all the leaks of what, like they all point at different
Leaks.
things. I know. I don't want to talk too much about leaks because I don't like them, but like they all seem to point it toward one thing. It's like either the UK, and if you were to take like the technology that they have today and the like infrastructure and the architecture, you could probably get something that may look a little medieval, but something with some high tech into it. Maybe like But I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, if there's one thing about the Pokedex I would like, if it was a phone, is that it could dub as well as a menu. So it would be like, okay, I'm going to my Pokedex, but I'm actually going to my menu, and then you can also, you know how smartphones have like a camera, so you can actually use it in the game. You're like, I'm going to take a selfie
Oh, that
because
would
this
be
runs.
awesome.
I feel like whatever they do with the Pokedex, they just have to make the Pokedex and the menu seamless, because in the past few games, whenever you open the Pokedex, it just takes so long for it to load up
Yeah.
compared to every other like menu screen or Pokemon screen or anything. I just don't ever open up the Pokedex because of,
And also stop making it so clunky. We don't need three separate dexes.
Do you think we'll get the national decks again?
I feel like
I hope so.
there may maybe after like you've beaten everything, you get the national dex.
Dude,
I heard some things that people on that they removed the national dex to make it easier for the competitive scene to get those items to breed with.
To get who?
The shiny stone and the stone.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
hey Dave, are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Thoughts on Pokedex?
It's definitely gonna be based off a phone. I agree with Kurz. It's been pretty clunky. Takes too long to open up.
Yeah.
What do you?
I kind of liked how X and Y did it, and they broke it up by region.
Yeah, it definitely helped you look up like where certain Pokemon were, because you're like it was separated by their environment. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was weird with Let's Go because they went back to the roots of Kanto so hardcore with like everything other than the simple fact that you couldn't ride a bike anymore. So what do you think, David? Do you want to ride a bike? Do you think there's going to be a different variation with X and Y, like with roller skates?
Roller skates, I guess those.
I mean, I'm kind of half and half. I would like to see the bike or something else similar to that come back, but at the same time, I like being able to like ride on Pokemon. So maybe have the bike up until a certain point, and then you can ride on Pokemon or whatever.
Like have it kind of have your cake and eat it too.
Or you could be like the anime and have your bike get fried like Misty's.
That's true.
That would be really funny, actually. Just get randomly struck by lightning.
No, you just you're like, hey, look at Pikachu. Bzz. Well, there goes my bike.
That's how the game starts out. It's your first encounter with the evil team. They just push you off your bike and steal it.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's like, this ain't no kids game anymore.
I think what they need to do though with the new game for sure is like they need to implement more interaction with the main protagonist and just like Pokemon in the overworld in general. There's very little interaction between like the character and then like the anime. You run all these different Pokemon and like you have these little side quests with them and stuff. I think they definitely need to do that more in the Switch games.
Actually, speaking about Pokemon in the overworld, there's two things I want back in these games. One, in Let's Go, we saw Pokemon that are wild in the overworld.
Yeah.
I would like that. And then the second thing, and Nido and I were talking this, hidden grottos.
I wanted those too. I love the hidden grottos.
That would definitely be a good idea. To really find the hidden ones.
I miss the Friend Safari.
That works too. That would be interesting to make.
Well, I guess that's another prediction we can make. Do you guys think we'll have some type of Safari Zone type thing?
We already did. Let's go.
I feel like they implemented it in a form because a lot of people, it was still a cool feature. But maybe like if they do make a Safari Zone of some kind, it'll be like, this is where you can only get these specific Pokemon. Probably like that. It's like maybe these are like the rare Pokemon of the area, or not the rare, but like the ones you just can't find in the wild, something like that. Maybe to an extent.
I don't think a Safari Zone is necessary.
Yeah, it's definitely not necessary. But if they do, like that would probably be the most likely way to implement it.
So what type of, because the Safari Zone was always thought of as like a mini game type thing, like maybe not a mini game, but it's just like one of those like extra gimmicky things to do. What kind of like like contests and stuff? What kind of stuff do you think they'll have like that in the Switch games? Like, do you think? I mean, do you think we're just gonna have brand new stuff, or do you think they're gonna throw back like Sky Battles or
What
Something.
was that there was and I played a lot of Soul Silver. There was a park you could go to that had like
The
it
bug
wasn't
catching
a,
contest?
no, not
National
that.
Park.
Pokethon.
No, it was right next to it where you could actually like
Pokeathlon.
yeah, that would look really that was fun. I remember getting the high scores for that one for having no other life to do.
I thought Gen 5 had some really fun mini games. Like
Yeah.
they had like
You know,
the
I mean,
baseball
you know what
park
would
and
be
stuff.
interesting? If there's one thing I would like to see mini game wise, many people would agree with me.
What?
Pokemon contests.
I don't like the contests.
I didn't like those at all. They were
I don't
Yeah.
think they've ever been able to nail them correctly.
It was a good
Yeah.
distraction, but that was about it. A distraction.
Like I
I
think
mean-
the worst thing they ever did was add that stupid photo thing in Gen 7. It's just so pointless. Like
That was
God,
Like,
it's so
like you
stupid.
say, add a photo feature like if your Pokedex is your phone. You
yeah.
have a following Pokemon with you, then you could just whip that out and just take a selfie with you and your man.
I think Pokestar Studios was the worst thing ever added.
That was horrible
Yeah,
too.
that was really dumb
That was
too.
that was dumb. No, what was that tube thing that connected the desert to Nimbasa City in Black and White too?
Oh, that was awesome. That would be really cool. It was some sort of underwater.
No, not the underwater one, the
Oh.
underground one.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
those
I don't
those like
think
cutesy those cutesy features like that. They just need to stop them, in my opinion. Like even contests is really drawing the line because they really could do them cool, like with certain animations and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing I said.
Like I don't like the level cap idea. Like the Pokemon World Tournament, they just need to have something of that concept and just have the levels random that you're battling. Because I mean that would be realistic. You're gonna battle people that are of all different levels. And you know, like Ash fights trainers in the Pokemon League that he kind of defeats easily more than others, and then he fights someone with like a Latios, and what do you do?
So Tobias.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should be able to run into brick walls like that and then figure it out.
Here's
I
what
kind of like
interesting.
the Energy Square from Diamond and Pearl. That was a cool feature.
It was, but I think it was more like a test to see walking Pokemon for Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah,
It's
that's
still cool to find items with them though.
Yeah.
Like
We
you
can
know,
all agree.
thing is was the Iron Fighter in Gen 7?
Well,
Echo? The Iron Fighter.
Yeah, it was with the Stoutland. Sniffed
Oh,
around.
yeah.
That's why I didn't notice it.
yeah, it's Stoutland.
That was a cool
You know
little
what?
thing to do.
Growing berries in Gen 6 was really
I like that.
Yeah, I like the growing the berries feature. I think that's really cool. I think they could really expand on that some too. Like I think it'd be cool if you could leave a water Pokemon behind, and like just keep them watering it and stuff. Yeah.
Many people like the Pokepalagos.
It had a good idea. I think it was a little like crowded in certain sections because you
Yeah.
have how long it took to like get from this to this to this. Definitely streamlined. If it was streamlined a little better, like it wouldn't be too much of a problem.
Actually,
Definitely,
you know
it
what?
had a good idea.
Actually, Nita, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask this question. In Gen 6, we got Puffins. In Gen 7, we have Bee. What is going to be the food item in Gen 8?
Wait, we had pumpkins and
Burgers.
Steroids. Steroids.
I love a jelly jelly
Biscuits.
donut.
You mean
I
all
guess
the
it depends what the region is on first.
true.
Yeah. Wait, if it is the UK, then it's scones.
Scones or muffins.
What does beans have to do with Hawaii?
This man brings up some
I
good
don't know.
questions.
I'm not from Hawaii.
Well, it's not Hawaii. It's Ebola. Get your back straight.
Stop drilling me. Making me uncomfortable.
Wasn't prepared for follow-up questions.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for a follow up. I think it would be funny though, because in Pokemon the rice balls have always been like an iconic food item, and they've never had it in the games.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's true.
strange.
Yeah, just
Actually, there are in Sun and Moon.
Malsadas, I guess we would consider them.
Yeah, but we never even saw what they looked like. It's just like this little picture of it, and you can barely even
Yeah,
see
that's
what it
true,
is.
too. And a paper that Hal was shoving his face into.
I think they should have like food contests or something. That would be cool.
That would be weird.
Yeah,
Like a
to like
food contest for you or for the Pokemon?
no, like your Pokemon like help you prepare it. So you pick a team of 3 Pokemon, like a fire type.
Oh, that would be bad. I mean, I would just send out Snorlax.
What's Snorlax
Okay,
gonna?
I want you to help me make this cake.
Snorlax can't cook anything. What's it gonna do? Like,
Eat it.
yeah, it's gonna eat everything.
Look,
I don't know.
Guaranteed victory.
You need 3 Pokemon to help you bake this cake. Well, what do you got? I have a Muk, a Garbodor, and a Magikarp. You're perfect.
I'm honestly so I have a big problem with like so if I'm talking to somebody and they're saying something completely ridiculous, like I have a problem keeping my face from just screaming you're an idiot. So I have a feeling tomorrow, like when I watch my reaction, like if I don't like it, I'm gonna just be staring at the screen. I'm just gonna like, you guys are gonna know right away that there's something. I'm pissed, but I mean I don't know. I'm thinking away. I'm trying to think of my reaction like when I look at it. And I'm like,
You know what I think would be cool to do? You know how we have to writing Pokemon?
Yeah.
What if we had that with all of them, but they had an HM for each of them?
no, I don't want HMs. Don't even say it. I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No,
Get that cursed word away from us.
No. Listen to me. Like, you know how in Rise they had that ability to break or serve, the thing like that. Like, oh, I'm going to be going over the water. That's 10 down Blastoise. Or be like, oh, there's a tree in my path. Best send outside there.
I'll do you one better and think that I think if, like for example, Rhydon can learn Surf, let me surf on freaking Rhydon. If Nidoking can learn Surf, let me surf on Nidoking. Like it doesn't make any sense to me that you can only ride certain Pokemon in certain areas.
You
That
know,
would look really weird though if you like certain Pokemon can learn Surf, and then you just had the animation for it, and you just had your character just standing on like a Nidoking flailing through the water.
Well, you wouldn't stand on him. That's animal abuse.
Yes, making Pokemon fight each other isn't already the abuse.
No, that's competition. It's different. It's like
it's sport.
Oh, of course.
it's for sport. Yeah, it's like
For money.
it's like UFC fighting.
Yeah, no
For
one's
money.
dying.
I
Yeah.
love UFC fighting.
You just don't like to watch the anime and like Pokemon nearly die, but in the games they're just like just faint a little.
No,
Exactly.
they die in the games too. There's many graveyards.
Okay, yeah. Well, what causes Pokemon to die in the game? Can you like fights? I don't know.
Probably old age.
Charmander and Rain.
Yeah.
Team Rocket beating a Cubone to death.
Yep.
Oh, of course.
So, Floette.
And you say the evil team pushing you off your bike is like a gruesome way to start a game. By the way,
That would be interesting.
Do you guys think we'll have a true pseudo trio, like a true pseudo dragon trio or something again, like Salaman's line?
I feel like that's like a standard. I feel like it's a standard to have something like that.
Yeah,
But
but
it's like
it's
always
not
gonna be a
dragon
dragon.
type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it
it's
may not be
dragon.
dragon, but I
I
feel
feel
like
like
we're gonna
dragon.
get something like that.
But
I
it's
want
like
something-
6 out of the 8 are dragon types. I do not want another dragon pseudo.
Same. I would like it something else. I would prefer something like Tyranitar.
Tyranitar, Metagross, you know,
It's
something
probably like
where
a
you
fairy pseudo.
Yeah.
Fairy pseudo. there you
Fairy
go.
pseudo would be cool.
Yeah,
They-
that's what I was listening.
They definitely. I think they need to. I think they need more poison types and they need more dark types. I don't think there's enough of them.
Do you think we're going to get regional?
I hope not. I hope not. I just want that to be an Alolan thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just world level. That was really just trying to sell them the idea of like new area, new region, new to explore. Unless this game is like based off something that has inspiration for another, which I hope it's not. I really hope it's its own. Regional variants doesn't seem like a very smart tactic.
Here's one cool idea: soar.
What?
Soaring. You remember in Oras?
Oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes.
Like in Let's Go, it's obviously dumbed down to just riding on certain Pokemon, but like just flying over everything would be a really interesting.
Yeah, and in Let's Go, you're condemned to certain boundaries, whereas in Oras, you could fly over the entire world. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine just getting on your I was about to trying to say the Pokemon that has two heads. Dugtrio.
Don't do Dodrio. No,
They
they have a
do.
logical explanation. Dodu does the helicopter thing. No, Dodu flaps his head, and Dodu does the helicopter thing.
Look, I want that animation just to fly over whatever Jenny, just looking down on everyone, holding on to one leg, going, yeah.
You see, I think that's what Pikachu flies us around and let's go. Just for that.
Of course.
I'm actually about to hop off, but I kind of wanted to bring
Aw.
an idea up.
Tim's here now, though.
Oh, so.
Thanks, yeah.
What would? That's exactly
What's
why I'm leaving.
Hey, Dave's got the floor. Dave's got the
Think
floor.
about, ranking system for online battles.
Technically,
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
that does seem like a good idea. It doesn't seem like it would hurt much.
Don't they already have that in rating battles?
Dave, give an example.
They could do
I think
it,
Dave
and then
means
at
a
the
little
end of
bit
each
better.
week, you could be like put in tournament brackets or something like that, and kind of do like a league. That'd be
It'd
kinda
nice if they had a tournament feature in the game, like for Wi-Fi battles.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Nito.
Hey, Dave, hold on. Dave hasn't gotten to speak much. Hey, Dave, give an example on like what a ranking system. What would be an example for you in terms of what you're talking about?
Well, I mean, you know how some online multiplayer games have like a numbered ranking system. Like you start at level 1, you go up to like 50. They could do something like that with Pokemon, where you could earn titles. Like, oh, you start off as like a trainee, work your way up to like a leader, maybe, and then when you reach like rank 100, you could be a master. So it'd be like, oh, Master Trainer David challenges you to a battle.
So do you think adding incentives as you level up, like of a level 50 trainer, maybe has an additional turn added to their weather bonus or something? Do you think something like that would be implemented with the rank system? Like, do you think you should incentivize ranking up, like if you reach certain milestones?
I mean, there can be ways to incentivize it, but then again, you don't want to make anything that's going to be too broken. Whereas, if a level 2 is coming up against level 50, that they're just completely outmatched, you'd have to break it down into like.
But the argument could also be, if
Section.
the argument could also be though you're just outmatched and you lose. I think they do need to have some type of like. I mean, I understand that's not competitive, but you wouldn't bracket up somebody who's level 50 to battle somebody who's level 10.
Right.
I think they should definitely do
I feel
that.
like
Yeah.
They need to have some kind of system where it incentivizes you doing online battles.
Yeah, I agree. Because like just the competitive scene in general, just like over the years, I've never been into it. Mainly because you could be battling somebody who's just like that's their life is breeding and stuff, and I think they could make it more fun to where you're battling somebody who's along your level of competitive battling. Because I'm just not a huge competitive battler. Like the ABL's got me into it with Let's Go, but at the same time, it's like I know when Generation 8 comes. It's just, not to mention, we've been out of the breeding game for about a year now because Let's Go didn't have it. So there's just a lot. It's really overwhelming. So,
Do you think they'll ever remove IVs or no?
No.
I don't think so. Like that's just a big thing for competitive.
I don't think they need to.
In power.
Yeah.
If anything, they're probably going to fix it because of AVs now existing.
Yeah, but I think only AVs exist for Let's Go.
Hopefully, AVs don't get moved forward because
I
they're
don't think they're
terrible.
getting moved. Yeah, I think like
Those
if
are
you ever
straight
do get
dumpster.
the transfer to Let's Go Pokemon, that just transfer to like IVs or whatever AVs. Like it won't like convert to AVs on their own.
AVs are straight toilet water.
Yeah.
Toilet water.
Oh, so here's a thing I wanted to specify. Nintendo New York hosted just recently their Pokemon Day celebration, and they specified that QA is specifically for Let's Go.
Oh crap.
What?
Yeah. Our Pokemon Day celebration kicks off tomorrow at Nintendo NYC. Stop by for giveaways, face painting, Pokemon Let's Go trivia and Q&A, Nintendo Treehouse, and more. Don't miss out on all the fun.
It's hard to say on how that will affect anything.
Like I said, like I honestly believe like this Pokemon Direct isn't gonna be completely just Gen 8 focused. We gotta like manage our expectations a lot. I feel like it's gonna be like that hype up, like we were just saying at the beginning. It's going to be these are the other things we got coming from Pokemon. And oh, by the way, later this year, Neogen, they reveal like whatever it is that they're going to reveal, but it's not going to be a lot. And then we also have to remember that we're going to go with another drought of news for a bit after this announcement.
True.
We're going to probably not see anything again until May or June, because that's usually how it goes. And then after that, we'll see the monthly announcements, monthly videos, monthly promotions until we get to release date.
Exactly. My guess is that they might go to 9 yards and reveal everything they want to, tomorrow. And I think they'll be like, yeah, we're set for E3. And then at E3, they'll be like, here's another.
I think we'll get something in April. I think we're gonna whatever the legendaries or mythical or yeah. I think something's gonna happen in
What if
mythical.
they reveal the mythical tomorrow?
Dude, we're getting tomorrow. Let's see what we're getting tomorrow, boys and girls.
Who is that supposed to be? Austin John Plays? I don't know.
Well, I'm out of here, guys.
Have a nice day, Dave.
Good night.
Later, Dave. See you next year, man.
Hey,
What?
Dave. Hey, Dave. You gonna be at the stream tomorrow?
What stream?
Dave's streaming tomorrow.
You can tell. He knows.
I'm doing a 7 8.
I'm streaming tomorrow.
Oh, you're streaming tomorrow? Okay, cool. I'll hop in.
Yeah, I kind of announced it like 10 o'clock this morning, but it's all good.
Got him.
Okay.
They called you out.
Okay, cool. Are you streaming on Twitch?
No, I'm streaming on Justin.tv.
I see ya. I see you, big guy.
But if you want to hop in Discord for the live stream, I'll hop in with you too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be on. You gonna be up in the early in the morning?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
sweet.
we know Anthony.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
It is very kawaii.
All right, see ya.
Do you see that color?
I know, I see it. It's a Spanish flag. It's
Yes,
Spanish.
please. Yes, yes, yes. Please be Spain.
I was hoping for more Rome.
But you would accept Spain or what?
No more
I
questions.
wouldn't mind Spain, but I think Rome has more like a rich history, and I would love to see like the Colosseum in HD and explore them and stuff.
Spain has a rich history too.
What if we combine the two?
Oh crap.
Hey, not everybody gets a trophy. So the region's gonna be somewhere, and we're all gonna have to deal with it. So.
With a little bit of Italy in between.
Nailed it.
Because I actually want to see pizza and Pokemon for some reason.
I will say this: I really don't want another island. So.
Yeah, me
It's
either.
an
I
island.
definitely don't want
A continent.
a real hamburger of a location. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody really likes hamburger.
So Time Master Tim wants California In-N-Out Burger confirmed.
No, that's not a real burger. Get that out of here.
No, I know. I never even had it before. Five Guys, all the way. Roll Tide.
Yes.
You
Roll
don't,
Tide.
Yo.
I'm gonna say something you don't like, but Five Guys has shit fries.
Oh
No, I would agree with you.
fighting words.
I agree. Who cares about their fries?
Yeah.
It's the burgers.
It's that meat.
It's that meat.
Order diabetes in a box. I'm not having it.
It's all about
If
that
there's
meat.
I will agree. The best fries are curly fries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, curly fries are good. I don't like those. All right, we're not talking about food. We're not talking about food.
No.
Why are we talking about food in general? Oh yeah, food-based Pokemon. So they make a Pokemon that looks like pizza, and then we have an ice cream Pokemon and a pizza Pokemon. So we just know milkshake Pokemon. Let's go.
Do we have a pineapple and a pizza Pokemon?
Let's go pepperoni. Let's go sausage. Confirmed.
Oh snap.
Regional
No wait.
variant of
Let's go
rice
ham.
is-
Let's go pineapple. Confirmed.
It's there.
We're less than 12 hours away. That's crazy.
That would be hilarious if they made the next versions out of fruit.
I mean,
Okay, so I got a funny thing to do. I want a funny thing I think we can do. So in our in my Discord, if you guys are on my Discord, I think everyone's in it. Go to the Pokemon chat, and I want you guys to post a picture of what you look like going to bed tonight, knowing the directs tomorrow.
Pokemon chat. Regular
Yeah, the
Pokemon.
regular Pokemon chat. Go in there and just post a picture of you sleeping, knowing the directs tomorrow, or a GIF, whatever you want to do.
okay, hold on a second. I gotta
Nothing too disgusting. We are on YouTube, so you can't even curse.
I have a 2 terabyte folder of just this kind of stuff. So
This is me, definitely. Because I mean,
No derogatory stuff, because YouTube will ban me.
no, this is
This
interesting.
man banned.
That's just me. I'm gonna dance. I'm Asian.
Here's me.
No, seriously.
Asians are known for dancing.
Yes, we dance really well.
Time Master. Hey, Tim may see me eating that burger.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I hate everything.
Make sure before the live stream tomorrow for the direct, you guys set your settings to Wombo.
You see, I'm gonna be doing stuff tomorrow.
What's that?
Huh?
It's a SpongeBob joke.
As a SpongeBob, yeah. Patrick, he says, "Have you tried setting it to Wombo?"
I would prefer going to Weast.
I thought it was a Wombo combo joke. Happy feet.
Yeah, ain't nobody heard of that, Tim.
Get out of here, dude.
Ain't nobody heard of
Okay,
that.
this isn't going to be my reaction, but this is going to be everyone on YouTube over exaggerating and faking reactions.
Yeah, so that's gonna be all the PokeTubers. All the PokeTubers are gonna be, oh my god! Like it could be like the worst. It could be like stick figures, and somebody will be like, oh my god!
It's literally just a Pokeball, and we're like,
Yeah, this.
This is gonna be my brain during the direct tomorrow.
If all the regions aren't gonna be in the game, this is gonna be the community.
oh snap. We're not prepared. Oh, it just loaded. That's a charmer right there.
That's everybody tomorrow. If all 7 regions aren't travelable, and Unreal Engine 4.
I don't even want that.
Just going to show you guys. This is a natural trailer, but look at this. This is our Gen 8 Pokemon.
Ew.
I'm
The fuck is
I'm
it?
both confused and grossed out.
Confused. Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah.
I'm scooch away
Didn't know
from
where
the
you was going with
monitor.
that, but
So just keep scooching away from the monitor.
This
It's
is a
so
natural
funny too,
commercial,
because
Blige.
everybody who's
It's for
not
an Ice Cube commercial.
everybody who's not in the voice chat and they're on the regular chat, just on their Discord on their phone, seeing all these guests, they're like, what the hell are they talking about?
what's
One of
going
them
on?
responding.
You'll see soon enough.
Nintentrals is here.
I mean, he's top in the tent so you can hear us.
Yeah, I'm fixing to jump off too.
Well,
Yeah, I've been trying to wait for Rock to get in the stream, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay up, dude. I'm getting kind of tired. I worked all day.
Rock being a whole punk.
Well, yeah, I think there's a general consensus.
I come in at the end when the conversation's dwindling and dead.
Tim, it's okay. We had your presence. So, all right. Before we do get off, though, Curse, I'm gonna run through everybody's predictions for tomorrow. Curse, what do you have for tomorrow?
Everybody's overhyping everything. We're just gonna get some hype up. We're gonna talk about other Pokemon things. We're gonna get a small reveal for Gen 8, and then everybody's gonna be kind of upset. But I'm not, because that's what I'm expecting.
Cool. Cyber, what do you think we're getting tomorrow?
I think we're gonna get Detective Pikachu because of the movie. I think we're gonna get Gen 8. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna roll-wind it, like Curse said. We're gonna learn about bank support. We're probably gonna learn about maybe connectivity and stuff. And they're gonna give enough that they can leave us blank until E3.
Okay, cool. Anthony, what do you think we're gonna get tomorrow?
I'd agree with Cyber. I think we'll see Detective Pikachu, and I'm sure we'll see Gen 8. I think we'll see starters for sure, name titles, maybe a look at the region, and I think that'll do it until whenever, June, maybe April.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We'll see the starters.
VK Gaming, what do you think we'll get?
Probably definitely some Detective Pikachu stuff. Maybe some more information about that. Maybe like that hype trailer talking about all this, and at the very end gets a trailer. And if we're particularly lucky, maybe a look at graphics, but nothing that will show anything at all.
And last but not least, Roll Tide. What are your thoughts?
Roll Tide. I think we're going to get a lot of information about ports. I think that we're going to get information about Pokemon Bank. Is going to be a scene that plays out that shows all the regions, right? And then all we're gonna see is the starter Pokemon popping out of those Pokeballs, and that's literally it.
So what Tim's done basically is what he's saying is he's drawn all this on a piece of paper and hung it up on his fridge.
Yes.
Where
No,
else do you put it?
I think that's accurate. I think that's pretty good though. I think for me, I think tomorrow it's going to be, I think we're going to get Gen 3 and Gen 4 playability in some way, shape, or form on Switch. And then I think maybe possibly a side game. It just depends. If not a side game, those two things I just mentioned. And then I think the majority of the presentation is going to be the Gen 8 game. I just think, like I said, I think they have to distinguish it from Let's Go to a point where it is cut and clear and you're still going to have people second guessing. But I think they really have to hammer that home. And
I mean, they're going to have a long.
There's a Pokemon Direct tomorrow?
I did not know.
Too late. You shouldn't even said anything.
Spoilers.
Nobody told me.
Spoilers.
All right, well, guys, this was a great stream. Anyways, bye, Rock, and
Yeah, I am gonna head out there, so hopefully you guys have a nice discussion.
Hi, Curse, bye, Curse.
Yeah, Chris, I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I am going to stay on Discord for a little bit. I'm gonna hop off for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll be back on. But everyone streaming tomorrow will be up live 7 a.m. an hour before the direct. So I'll have some people in here in Discord. Whoever's up and whoever's able to be on can hop on in Discord, and we'll talk about Gen 8 and react to it. So.
Oh yeah, everybody, there's a like goal of 100 likes. If you make it to 100 likes, King Nido and I will fight each other in Gen 8. Live.
Sure, only starters, no evolutions, no held items, nothing. Just starter.
Final destination.
level 5.
Mono.
Just like the rival battle at the beginning of the game.
Exactly. Pointless.
Which one is the main character?
Death Starter. Ooh.
All right, guys.
Wins is the main character.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna end the stream. So thank everyone for watching. Appreciate you coming out. We had like 18 viewers, so it's pretty awesome. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And thank you to my special guests for being special as always. Yay! All right. See you guys tomorrow.